What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Drone Camps channel. I'm Mr. Camps, and today we're at the field for a live flight test and review. Something new from AxisFlying that I got this week, and I've been waiting to review this one for you. This is the Cine'On C35. It is a 6S or 4S configuration on here. It runs about $300 to $400. They have an analog version as well if you're into analog FPV. And we have CADX on here. We have the Nebula V2 on here, I believe. I'll put some specifics up on the screen for you so you can check that out. And the link down to AxisFlying. I'm not an affiliate for this, so we're just testing this today to give you my opinion on this one. Some of you guys might be thinking about buying something like this versus, you know, the DJI Avata, and I don't blame you. This still uses DJI FPV, and it's flying really well. I've already had some flight tests on it. We've done some power loops around the trees, and I'm getting no tumble. So no tumble, all performance on 6S, huge boost out, bigger motors, 3.5-inch props, which is where I think is kind of the sweet spot for these Cinewhoops, and getting something that performs, and a much bigger frame size as well to accommodate that extra power. I don't think the tune is perfect on here, so if I tune this down a little bit, I'll share it with the community, of course. And without further ado, let's strap up a 6S 1300 pack on here. Let's do some flying together, and then I'll talk about my final opinion on the Cine'On. It's pretty beastie. This one has the Axis branded motors on here. These are this 224 2300 kV. So the higher kV motor version will be the 4S version. And again, this one is the 6S version. Let's go ahead and rip a pack. Here we go. Alright guys, welcome back from the flight test. It's a good thing you made it through the flight test. If you skip to this part, good for you, because you're about to hear the most realist review that you've heard on my channel in the past 5 years. I mean, I gotta throw down on this one. So you guys know on my channel I've been covering the DJI Avata a lot. I've been doing all kinds of stuff with it. We've been trying out different props, We've done everything except switch it out to another frame, which I would love to do because I feel like this drone needs to be on a 3.5 inch frame, similar to what we have for the Cine'On. And these original stock motors, they're trash. And anybody that says they're not, just keep flying and you'll find out when you crash. They're not going to handle all different conditions. There's a million different things that are going to put you on the ground eventually with this type of design. It's kind of like sitting a brick on top of this frame for the wheelbase. We've already went over this on my channel, so I won't have to explain it again. But I want you to see something before we get too far into this Cine'On review. This is the 3.5 edition, 2-piece prop guard, replaceable props. They have 4 bolts on each side, so you can take one side off, replace it. You don't have to take the whole quad apart, which is awesome. You can put GPS on here. It also has SCL and SDA ports on the flight controller, so you can add return to home on this baby if you want to, if you're dying for return to home. Most of us don't need it because Cinewhoops are made for proximity flying. And I know some new dude's gonna come in here and be like, oh man, Justin Davis, you don't know what you're talking about. You know, DJI flight controller, return to home, you know, manual mode, blah, blah, blah. Betaflight flies better, and that's it, okay? There is no argument about it. It flies better, hands down, that's it. This F7 flight controller on here is it's an F722 flight controller and 40 amp ESCs, and it's an AIO stack. And right above that's the Caddx Vista here, with my Nebula up front with 2 TPU side plates here. And a little bit of grommets here, some larger size grommets for your full-size GoPro. This size power system will carry a GoPro, okay? And you can get into this one. The 3.5 starts analog 285, and the Cine'On is 239 for the Cine'On C30. There's a C30, a 3-inch version, and the 3.5. I would get the 3.5 version if I were you. It just has more power. It will do any kind of freestyle you want to do with this. It'll Matty flip, it'll power loop, it'll S-bang. I mean, whatever you want to do, you can throw it hard with this on the 6S version. So guys that want to just cruise, get the 6S version. You'll get a longer flight time. I think with a 1500 6S pack, you probably get like 8 minutes flight time to 9 minutes if you're cruising. With a GoPro, you're probably going to get 6 minutes with a 1500. So get the HV packs. When you go to buy some packs, get the HV tattoo R-lines if you can find some. They are super legit. Now, the other thing is, like, look at what we're talking about here. You know, I'm talking about power to weight ratio. And the power to weight ratio on this thing is like probably almost 10 to 1, maybe 9 to 1. Power to weight ratio on this thing, it's definitely not 10 to 1, but look at the motor difference size here. Like, I want to put this right next to it, and you guys look at that. Now, and these propellers next to this, it looks like a joke. It looks like a joke. And guys get mad when I say negative things about the Avata, but why not? I mean, I know what the Avata is. I know what it's made for. It's a cruiser, but it gets people in trouble. And lots of people are having trouble out there. And this channel is not a hater. I mean, I'm so tired of people saying I'm a hater because I freaking love DJI. So people that say I hate DJI or I'm hating on Avata can kiss my ass. 3.5 inch props. Full size nut on here. We've got C224 motors, and these are the 2300 kV motors. That's for 6S. You can also get some higher kV ones that are going to run 4. We've got a 3K beveled edge carbon fiber unibody top plate here, and it's nicely polished. And this is really what the Avata should have. Am I right? This plastic crap right here, it's not, I mean, mine's getting pretty beat up. But I'm still going to fly for you guys, and I'm still going to keep mod it, and I'm still going to test it. I do love this thing. I swear to God, I do love it. It's kind of like loving like an old school Volkswagen versus like a Ferrari. Ferrari, old school Volkswagen. You could do some donuts in the parking lot, but anything else other than that, you're probably gonna, unless you do a ton of upgrades and you throw a jacked up motor in this VW, it's never going to be a Ferrari. So if you want to fly slow and you want to have air, you know, braking and all that cool stuff for indoor cinema, all that stuff, that's cool. You can do that with this. This one is more of an outdoor quad, and they are two different animals. I'm very aware of what a Cinewhoop is. But this and this, completely different class of motors on just a little bit bigger frame. It's amazing how different your flying experience can be. So the other thing about this is that once you put a GoPro on here and you put a 6S 1500 on here or a 1300 battery, you're going to be able to do cinema and freestyle. So you're going to have the best of both worlds, and you're going to have probably the most durable quad you've ever owned. Whatever this new plastic is, I haven't really seen this before. It might be similar to what we had on the Protek R25 series that came out a year or two ago now, but it's high quality. And most of the stuff that's coming from AxisFlying has been high quality. Now it is over 250 grams, it's obvious, but also this guy is too. So, you know, take my opinions with a grain of salt, guys. Like, don't get mad at me though for telling you the truth. Dudes can't handle the truth for some reason. They get all pissy, and then they're like, "Oh, Mr. Steele made a video and said it was good." Well, good for Mr. Steele. I'm Mr. Camps, and I'm saying what I'm gonna say about it, and I'm gonna have my own opinion. So, if you want my opinion, absolutely come listen to it. But if not, go somewhere you can hear what you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? So, this thing's rad, and it beats the shit out of this thing. So, if that's what you're looking for, and you're really looking to get into some real FPV, and move up to something better, buy this one first. Buy this one first. I'm not saying don't buy a Nevada. Buy this one first, and then go buy yourself, after you learn how to fly some manual, some what Ken called Wacro. Fly some Wacro first. This is not Betaflight supported. It flies terrible in acro, has that yaw washout, blah, blah, blah. You will love this. This will fit like a glove, and it will not do the tumble. This one did no tumble or washout on 6S, full power, knife edge tree loops, over and over. Yeah, and it will cinema. So, you know, you guys get what you want, but I just wanted to show you today what I had done with the Cine'On 3.5. I had a ball with it, and I've been flying so long, guys, I forgot like how much fun these are, especially when it's a wound up power system, and AxisFlying makes killer motors. So Gemfan, HQ, they're the you can get Gemfan or HQ props for this guy, and they're performing pretty well for me. These are the D90-3s. But keep it real, guys. I appreciate you. I'm Mr. Camps, and I will see you on the next one. Take care, and let's keep the community up and positive, and don't get upset when I say bad things about the Avata. It is what it is, my dudes. You know what I mean? So, with that said, I will see you on the next one. Take care.